The call came at noon. "Mr. Hale, I need to talk to you about the woman who's been picking up your daughter." Her voice was careful, almost apologetic. I frowned into the phone. "What woman? I always pick her up." A pause. "Sir, for the past week, a woman has been signing her out at 2 p.m. I laughed, short, hollow. "That's impossible. The teacher emailed the sign-out sheet." My blood froze. The handwriting was neat, familiar, precise. My wife's. But my wife was in Denver, a business trip. She'd called me every night from a sterile hotel room. I drove to the school. The hallways were sterile, humming with fluorescent lights. When they showed me the footage, my stomach turned. A woman. Hair like my wife's. Walk, posture, everything the same. Signing the sheet, holding my daughter's hand. My daughter looked calm, trusting, and I felt the world tilt sideways. If it wasn't my wife, then who was it? And why did my daughter go willingly? That night, I didn't mention it on the phone. My wife called, voice syrup smooth, asking about dinner, about our daughter's homework. I lied. I smiled into the silence. All good here. But inside, my mind sharpened into a blade. Because if it wasn't her, it was someone who knew her well enough to imitate her, or someone my daughter already knew well enough to trust. The way my wife's voice had steadied when I told her nothing was wrong, that bothered me most. No surprise, no curiosity, just relief. I checked her flight details, the airline confirmation she forwarded weeks ago. Too neat, too polished. When I called the hotel, the receptionist hesitated before confirming her stay, a hesitation heavy enough to plant doubt. A week of a woman signing my daughter's name, a week of silence in my own house. The pattern wasn't random, it was deliberate, and it circled back to her. I became meticulous. Phone records first. Numbers dialed late at night, always deleted by morning. She wasn't careful enough. Bank statements next. Cash withdrawals in our city, while she was supposedly out of state. I waited, observed, controlled my breathing. Even my daughter, 6 years old, innocent, gave pieces away. "Mommy says I get to see her special friend." The words slipped out over cereal. I didn't flinch, I didn't press. I just nodded, filing it away. Special friend. A woman who looked like my wife, picking her up from school. I bought a small camera, disguised it in my car. The next afternoon, I followed. I watched the double appear. Same coat, same hair. She held my daughter's hand like it belonged to her. And when she turned, just slightly, I saw enough. Not my wife. Younger, sharper, but the resemblance was uncanny. A sister, not by blood, but by choice. And I began to realize the betrayal wasn't new. It was older than I imagined. The truth arrived in a single file folder. Hired investigators don't embellish. They deliver facts. Photos, timestamps, hotel receipts. My wife. Not in Denver. Not alone. With her. The woman from the footage. Arm in arm. Smiles too wide to be professional. She wasn't away on business. She was here all along, living another life in the shadows of mine. That night, when she came home, suitcase staged with folded clothes, I was waiting. The folder sat on the table. She froze. Her smile faltered. "What's this?" "Read." Her fingers trembled. Pages flipped. Each picture, each receipt, stripping her mask away. Her lips parted, searching for lies, excuses, apologies. Nothing came. I remained still, cold, watching her unravel without raising my voice. When she finally whispered, "It's not what you think," I almost laughed. I said, "It's exactly what I think," I said. I handed her the sign-out sheet, her signature. Perfectly forged, yet undeniably hers. Her eyes widened. "I never—" "Save it. She signs your name because you told her to. My daughter walks with her because you rehearsed it. You thought I wouldn't notice." She crumbled into the chair, head in her hands. Tears came fast, desperate, but they weren't for me. They were for the loss of control. "I'm not angry," I told her. "I'm finished." Her head snapped up. Panic flared. She reached for me, pleading, but I pushed a suitcase toward her. Already packed. Already waiting. I don't yell. I don't beg. I don't forgive. The silence that followed was heavier than any scream. She left before dawn. The door shut softly, as though she still believed gentleness mattered. My daughter slept upstairs, unaware of the storm that had passed over her. I stood at the window, watching the street swallow my wife. No hatred left, no grief, just clarity. I thought of the teacher's voice, hesitant but brave. The moment the footage appeared, the false wife leading my daughter away. Everything unraveled from there. Yet now, everything was aligned.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.